Okay. Welcome back. Today, goal is to either have turned in or turn in that first case problem that we've been working on for 2 weeks now. We put in some good effort. It should be gelling at this point. So, since that's our main deadline for today, what has worked, or what have people been doing, or if there's still questions on what am I supposed to turn in, we can look at that. What do we have so far? Or even just take a second, share with somebody else. What have you done so far? What are you going to turn in today? Yeah.
So all the stuff that you did, obviously I have noted down. It's
Okay.
Pretty much the majority of what we're handing in is the stuff we did together, the free bodies, taking the differentials, and then we're just kind of adding on our own explanation on which one we think is better regarding different situations.
Okay, in terms of going through math, should you have different math or
should I use
or the same
that we have and then just sort of write a conclusion based on whatever I'm thinking.
Okay. So we worked through together a lot of the problem solving of set up the free body diagram, turn that into equations of motion, and then solving those. And it's totally fine to take that. You took your own notes, or maybe you did after the fact, but there's got to there's something that you did to get to either a different conclusion or the same conclusion. This is position as a function of time. I solve this differential equation, and that is this case, case A, B, or C. And it's totally fine to just take those notes and include that as this is the work that I did. And yeah, so that's fine. And then kind of the intro and the conclusion is up to you of what are you looking for, and then what did you find? So it's not it's not a creative writing assignment. We don't have to hide the killer till the very end. Ha, it was the butler. The butler was actually the braking power. You can say right up front, hey, I compared 3 things. I was looking at the impulse between each of them and the average force. This one has the lowest force. This one had the highest force. Let me show you the details. In conclusion, lower force, better, worse? I don't know, whatever you wanted to say. But so you've kind of seen top to bottom what it is. You can make it's not a story, it's more it's a report on what happened. Creative writing is great, but it's very different than technical engineering communication. And that's what we're trying to communicate, some kind of technical thing. It's already difficult enough, right? So we gotta be as clear and straightforward as possible. Not like me. Murky, weird, off the wall. Clear, concise, to the point. Other questions? That was a great one to start. So let's go back to try sharing what you've done with somebody else. And if your group is here, you can talk about what you're turning in. If not, you can talk to somebody else, what are you turning in? If there's still things that you're not sure about, or if you turn something in, what did you turn in? So take a second, just share what you're doing, where you're at.
Rewrite this Yeah, so I was thinking, this page is in this, so I just I I think it would be better. I'm thinking if you let's just take
some kind of technical communication. So some people have handwritten notes. They might have on the other section creating
most likely not gonna stop with water.
and then somehow if you're at all over a graph, if your goal, if you're talking about the whole time, then there's things that you say.
But like
I feel like there's like you are both like you have to just assume at some point you have to assume what the case is. You could like name go and name I'm gonna let you think about that yourself.
For now, you kind of have to take that easier. We can actually solve it with that. Technically, you could try to solve it together.
I just tried to
So sometimes like for vibrations and then you might have a particular response or it's a cosign
we need to do
okay, true, but it's 5 kilometers per second.
Is that I'm trying to find it again?
Not even
So I don't know the scale.
we did, but like, we don't know what the number is, right? Yeah. Well, we don't have, we know our own stuff. Do you know it? Yeah. What is it? It's like transferred over. Yeah, yeah. No, it's P1.
Is this viscous food?
I mean, it's like the name of the food. We don't know. We don't. You can't just call it water if you don't know. Dynamic viscosity.
So
Friction.
So 5. Okay, so 5 is very this is like hemisphere.
Oh, okay.
Water has a 0.001.
Oh.
So yeah.
Basically, yeah, if you drop it,
You're dropping it into like a pool of
yeah.
This change.
So it might be liquid. Now it's quite strong. Yeah, it might be liquid.
We want clean the food. What if it is this?
We're talking about cleaning the object, bro. This is actually gonna be here.
Yeah, so I do that.
Your velocity changes. The sound direction and how it's actually being like, and it depends how fast.
Yeah, it's actually like non-beautiful.
That's why
It only weighs
that's one part.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So it's a fluid, bro. We're talking
Yeah,
about
this is gonna like stick.
it's gonna like stop, bro.
Yeah.
It's gonna stop and slowly go down.
Assuming that it's going to have the same acceleration or any velocity, but that's not true.
If it's like syrup,
Your brakes
And your rate continues to raise it's
So it's somewhere in between rotor oil and max. So like
Yeah, it's definitely gonna like float.
you think like about dropping something right into rotor oil, like even that like not as fast as
it's not just they haven't reached out. No, they haven't.
it depends on small.
Okay, yeah. That one, you can try and
Yeah, it's not gonna stop instantly.
take them off of
Just drop like screws into your oil. He's not
sounds like
He left the group? I haven't seen him. Yeah, he's been he's too smart. Any notes in third?
yeah, reach out. Reach out to say that we
watching the live chat is actually hilarious.
You don't have to figure it out.
that one, they should try reaching out again. Like, hey, deadline's here. Did you add anything to yeah, so if you add anything, yeah. And let me try and say, well, I mean, the scale is because like yeah, like is that fine? Or it depends on what you want. Is that what you want? Or do you want to get I'm not. What's so big on mine? And but it's your route. What do you want? No, like I would find the
Yeah, that's even worse. You can do everything.
choose something.
Yeah, I was trying to. They should do like.
I can't get yeah, so there's two parts. That's why I'm asking like what do you want to do? Because there's two parts together. Do that. I can get the X actors. I can't so well, it's not wise. It's a physics.
Like a set problem. It's like.
I can tell so let's talk about one thing. One, like friction. And this is make body yeah, because it's only we can literally I do that class on the floor. You can cut that on the floor and it wouldn't feel good. Yeah. Okay, so then the other part is
Yeah.
so really slow acceleration.
Actually, it's not about like which one is more effective to the three options we gave us. Floor is not Bro's always taking it, bro.
No, I'm thinking.
This is like you can show that at all. We don't need to. We don't have the money we save. Money
within this constraint, within this.
Why don't we just design a block to be
Page 17. See, why don't we? I wrote like 4 different paragraphs. I was like, see, if I'm considering this, then we have to consider the name of this fucking.
That's literally the
Just rewrite everything that.
I actually
So. We're talking about like the drawing one. That's not the option. That's not the point.
Total.
We're talking about damaging the object.
That's important. I don't know why.
That's so important. That is about it's about stopping.
It gets us closer to a logical answer. If we consider
Yeah, damaging doesn't matter. We're just trying to stop it. Always. Well, no, this is like.
Okay, so general, I didn't check in with everybody, but I'll try to come check in if you do have other questions. But one thing that has been coming up, and I knew it was going to come up, but I wasn't sure how big of a problem, was like with group work, who's in what group, who signed up for groups, who's contributing to that group. And I don't want this to be, I don't want to turn this into a witch hunt of like, help me track down all these like people that are doing nothing. Because I don't think anyone wants to police anyone else for their work. But at the same time, we don't want to just say like, yeah, just come join my group. I'll do all the work. You get all the credit. So it seems like it is happening. I was worried about it. I see the frustration, but also like the other side of like, it's not that, I don't know. I don't want to turn it into a police state because it shouldn't be. It should be a learning environment where we can collaborate with each other. So I still have group projects, even as a 41-year-old, where people put their name on it and they do nothing. It's so frustrating. And I can't bring it up the chain. It's not like I can tell the president, like, hey, this person wasn't part of this committee. It's like, whatever. It's not worth my time. But it shouldn't. But anyway, so if things are happening, you can definitely talk to me. We can try to figure it out. Reach out. Like if you want to reach out to people in the group and you can CC me like on messages, then that's a good way to try to like open communication, figure out how work is going. Is it parallel? Do they want to contribute? Sorry, another question. Yeah, with 2 different sections too. Yeah. Yeah.
It's difficult because if you don't even have class with the person, like say they just show up, but you still never see.
Yeah,
them.
not.
I don't know if that makes any sense. Like,
Yeah, it does make sense if there's like both online sort of anonymity and like 2 different time slots for people. Yeah, it does make sense. It does add to the logistic headache of trying to do group work. But yeah, and I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to do, but definitely like you can keep me involved. You can add me to like messages within the group, and also clarifying like schedules, like who's section 1, section 2. Yeah. Oh, so you know which is which?
Yeah, so like if they're in the first
Yeah.
they only join
That sounds great, and I I literally don't know how to do that within the Blackboard ecosystem, but that would be great if you could have like assigned 1 and 2 odd numbers, even numbers, right? Yeah. Section 1 odd, section 2 even. That would work. Like logistically, if people paid attention to the structure, that could work. Yeah. Sorry.
I was just more confused. I think you might need to go over.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Just working on something. Okay. So main takeaway from group stuff is. Next one, we could try like an odds and evens sign up for group work. So our section 1 is only odd numbers. Section 2 will only be even. We could try that, see if that works a little better. And then also the second part is definitely communicate. Like I know it can feel like, hey, you're the one who joined the group. It's your job to reach out. But you're the one sort of overseeing it. So. And believe it or not, it's an opportunity to learn some skills, communication and leadership skills of like managing the group, figuring out what contributions can be added. So it is there is an opportunity for real like life skill and career skills that you can talk about, like resume, like, hey, I was the group leader for X number of projects in this class, right? LinkedIn style.
I feel like I know the answer to this, but is there any specific type of object we should be considering for the case problem?
So the question, I'm just repeating the question
I know it's
for.
like 100 grams, but like.
So the question
material of
was.
it is very abstract. Not sure if it's like
Yeah.
certain material that would change the way it acts in like a photo, or if we just kind of
So-
now.
So there's a lot. So you can get really deep into material science kind of considerations of like, hey, this is 0.1 kilograms. It's an egg.
That's
And-
what I was originally thinking, like the middle school
Yeah.
project we're dropping.
So like it's totally fine to say like, hey, it's 0.1 kilograms, which is, in this case, I'm designing it for, let's say, an egg. So one of the main things I learned in grad school was like, if you don't want to talk about it, don't bring it up. So if you do want to talk about the material science and the brittleness of an egg, then bring it up. Talk about it as much as you want. If you don't, if you just want to say it's a 0.1 kilogram slug, like just a thing that's dropping in and I'm trying to protect it, then that's okay too, because it wasn't. So in your how you want to interpret that, that's okay. If you want to add a little bit to it.
Okay, so it's okay if like in our introduction we specify that like we are considering this object to be an egg.
So in the intro, if you want to, the question was, can we consider an egg? Like, absolutely, you can do that. The problem doesn't stay like you're not allowed to, and 0.1 kilograms is about an egg anyway, so that works.
So we're saying what we're saying.
We have something that we know. I think it is because that immediately rules out the fish.
It's still
they don't float in water, but like
Yeah. It's a lot easier to, as long as the and if we're considering an actual physical sprint, I think that's not,
At least making us, we all. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I was just screen.
but I guess that's how it's a exactly. Define what the idea is.
Is it boiled or is it just water?
Oh, no, like,
Okay.
Because then you got some meeting to be like friction's useless because if it scratches up the shell, it makes sense. Okay, you can define.
Yeah, like if you're trying to annotate
so yeah, just I'll let you know when okay. Or you like note-taking software. Yeah. Yeah.
We literally just figured out what the You just solved the whole thing. I was on food and I said 2 kilograms. No.
Whatever.
A pound is no. A kilogram is 2.2. Yeah. So one and a half is natural. I know Oscar.
So I understand for our including this motion.
It's not egg. Or cooking a hummus.
I don't even know how she said. Because I don't know. Because I don't know how thick.
What? Is this?
This is about
That comes with time.
I mean, also they also like
Try plugging that
Chicken and cheese. No, 68. Oh, yeah. It's like one of the things that you don't do at all. It's
actually they started like stop.
yeah. Like that's what they call you.
Do you think they were
I was on. They also.
This is like a work relationship.
put it in chat and just like
Yeah. How many
Star Wars quiz. This is my first time.
or X double dot H? You have to make square plus one half.
This is supposed to be, I think,
Or X double dot H.
Oh shit, Marco's at a 696. I think that's what they're very. The people who need to do they're at the point. Watch out, it's like, yo, easy area out there.
I'm not an expert.
I don't even remember. Yeah, I don't even know shit.
That's a big view. There's all these integration and it's always like, alright, this is fine when you go there. You can't write for you can't really write for content.
Those to be here. Right after this. He's okay.
1 year stop rate is pretty big.
I had a for physics when she was really good.
How do you take
Well, I had yeah, me too. My teacher was awful. He was like low-key a drunk. Show up to class like, oh, hungover, like.
I totally middle school. I used to
It's still mid-20s.
like it surprises me every time. Every time I do it. Yeah, I took physics one. She was at a bar. Like, she didn't get hit up. And she, like, we could tell. Like, not married. Oh, yeah.
She'd be like, yeah, I'm not passing it.
Nah, she went to the interview with what? Yeah, bro. I'm different, bro. Yeah. No, that was too much.
Not funny because the first semester of the process was awful. And then like part of the exam was like, I got like 10%.
Dude, so I took calculus teacher. Like I had the first exam was the last year.
Dude, my friend taking circuits and the average for the first exam was a 1. Oh, I think that's what it was just so
I had a teacher in high school. Like it was like senior year for me, or actually sophomore year. I would say he was teaching a class. That was his last year. So he did not go. He didn't sign himself. He just came back and played my class.
I had a teacher that was the opposite. It was his last year, and he was just like drunk and bad.
Yeah.
And it's not everywhere. Something happened, and he ended up like getting in trouble in school. He did education representation, and then he just kind of like mid-year. She was for the whole screen. Come in and we first shit.
Right. 8th grade. Yeah.
That she quit in the middle of the day.
You're getting bullied by
And
kids.
just left us there and she never came back. I remember.
You're getting bullied by kids because you go.
No. It's like we it would be like Google, you would do like a Google form like once every week. And then be like, yeah, that's enough. You learn it would be like a lot of like web quests or something. Like you read an article and answer like a 5 multiple choice question. I remember because I was taking algebra 2 at the time, and we were supposed to like we didn't do anything in that class, and like at the end of the year, my teacher was like, "You're not being great on this. This is completely optional. Like all of this stuff you need to take to get yourself ready for like to take geometry in high school." And most people just didn't do it, and so like everyone taking geometry freshman year, just kind of did it. It was kind of funny. We figured out
Just shave down.
Sure.
Yeah, just share it. I'll start.
We can all just like write about something.
Is it like a Word doc or?
Yeah.
Right, I swear I like Google Classroom.
Bro, my first 2 years of Utah on Google. Really? We had free unlimited Google storage. Oh my god. Bro.
It was amazing.
Oh, I don't know.
I watched it that day, it was weird, but I was like also doing my lab, and I was like, I don't know, I was
Yeah. Any progress? Whenever teammates actually like, was like, sends me, hey, so like I work on okay. So try to maybe a little bit of like pretty slow because I previously sort of the things of what we want to do. He basically you just did like distance like down. It's a downwards. Downwards. So I look back to your option. I just gave like feedback on like what else for the kids. Okay, cool.
Use an overview.
I don't know if you all decided it out. Okay.
How's it say?
Been grinding in the library.
Oh.
All right.
How's
Slow stream today as we just did a lot of in